All right, hello friends, welcome back gearheads. I finally received the parts from REDLINE Racing. It only took, let's see, what's today, the 11th. They shipped out on the 27th of November. So yeah, it's been a little while, but I do have them. I wanted to do an unboxing on this this clip for you guys, show you what parts that I received. This is a 4mm 421 top end rebuild, crankshaft replacement. So we'll show you what it looks like when you get a package from REDLINE Racing out of Oklahoma. Not in Oregon anymore. He's in Oklahoma. Cameron there, he does a real good job taking care of his customers. He did follow up with me a couple of times through texts and stuff, just making sure that I got my package. He knew that there was a holdup going on at the post office. So he's a good guy. He's a good guy to do business with in the Banshee community. See what's in here. I think this is a cool head. I'm replacing, yeah, it feels like a cool head. I'm replacing the NOS head with a REDLINE Racing one-piece head. He manufactures these parts in-house. He has a CNC machine. He made a major investment in one of those, and he makes his own parts now. I hope he's patenting the parts and getting a trademark on the stuff, but here it is. It's a 24 cc domes. I had them cut. They're all polished. It's a one-piece head. It's even got the O-rings. It's all in it, ready to go. Sweet. It says REDLINE Racing on it. Man, beautiful product here. This is a raw finish. I don't think this isn't a polished one. It's just a raw finish, but it's very nice nonetheless. But it's a one piece, and supposed to cool better. I had new domes cut because my old ones had a little bit of damage on the ring, and that's one of the things you got to really watch. There's just no point in taking any chances with this stuff. You can just replace the domes if you're questioning their integrity. Real nice finish on that. And a good packing job. Nothing got damaged on the way here. That's always super important when you're ordering parts. Sweet. Got some REDLINE stickers. I don't have any of those. He has done 2 motors for me, and I don't have, for whatever reason, I never got any stickers, but I got stickers now. So that's the nut and bolt kit with copper washers. This head comes with two gaskets, so you have a backup for if you pull the head off to do anything. And then this is an engine seal kit wow, even comes with a couple new front countershaft sprocket washer and all of the gaskets and everything you need, an engine seal kit. A new set of Wiseco pistons. These are 68 millimeter. And a brand new Hot Rods 4mm stroker crankshaft. This has been welded and trued. And it has the 8-ball bearings on it. That's what Cam sets them up with. So this this crankshaft's been, you know, it's been welded on, it's been trued, and it's got the right bearings that you want. It's very important. So I'm real happy about that. So that's it. Basically going all new on the top end, other than my cylinder. My cylinder is still in good shape. So this is what I've got, guys. I've got the bottom end all torn apart. I've got all my parts over here. Everything's, you know, pretty much organized. There's the top half case here. I went and cleaned everything. The transmission is looking in good shape. I kind of decided against doing the Pro Mod just because, for time purposes, it was just going to take, gosh, between shipping and handling and having the work done, probably a couple of weeks. So probably looking at like a month to have it done. So I just decided against that. I've never had any problems with this transmission, although when I had Cam do this motor, geez, about 10 years ago was when he did this. He went ahead and had second gear shimmed, and then went in and did all of the updates to the shifting mechanisms, put the Shift Pro and the Shift Star, and so basically everything has been done to this transmission that you would want to have done, with the exception of the Pro Mod. And what does the Pro Mod do? It takes removes some of the cogs on the gears, and it basically makes for smoother shifting. You know, I mean, for like a racing application or something like that, I think it would be, you know, a must to do. For recreational riding, which is what I do, I wouldn't say it's totally necessary. But so this time around, I'm just gonna continue to run what I have. Although I would recommend, you know, if you are thinking of having stepping up, you know, doing a 4mm Banshee motor, I think it's a good idea to do the Pro Mod. It's about $250, $275, depends on who you have it done by. But I think it's money well spent. You might as well just do everything while you have the bottom end apart. So that would be my suggestion to future people that want to build a 4mm motor. And my shift, what do you call, shift fork or shift rod, it appears to be in good shape. It's tight, and that's what you want. You don't want it loose or anything. So Kevin with Hers Jugs, he has made a lot of great Banshee videos, assembly, disassembly videos. I'd highly recommend you check him out, or South Texas Banshee. I mean, he was one of the first ones that was doing Banshee videos, motor teardown videos, I think, on YouTube. But Kevin has put out some really good stuff. So if you're looking for some in-depth videos to how to do this, go check those guys out. So they'll definitely, I think, be a great help for you. So I'm going to be doing a leak down test on the Banshee motor. Going to test my work and make sure that everything is sealed up correctly. This is really important to do on any engine to verify that you don't have any leaks, any air leaks. So a crank seal leak, I mean, it could be from the crank seals, it could be leaking from the case, through a lot of things. So you really want to, really important to do on any engine. The gauge I'm using, this is a gauge that I bought on eBay. I think I paid like $12 for it. And you're only putting about 5 or 6 psi into the engine when you do this. So you want to try to find a gauge that is going to bring up the individual numbers, is what I would suggest. And those are what the parts you'll need to do the leak down test look like. Just your caps, rubber caps. This is just a 1-inch cap, and then your 3/4 by 1. And these two fittings are for 35 millimeter intakes. Okay, so when you do this, you want to do 5 psi, 6 psi, and you want to use a timer. So let's go, we're going to go 6 psi, and it should 6 psi for 6 minutes. So once I reach 6 psi, then I hit start for 6 minutes, and within that 6 minutes it should not drop 1 pound of psi, is the way that you do these tests. So let's do it. Here we go. It doesn't take a lot of air. You can see the needle moving. That's 2. About 3. Or 4. And then looks like 5. And then we'll go one more, 6. Okay, right there. And start. Okay, here we go, back again. So I just had to redo the test because I'm using a bicycle pump to pump this up, and I had left the cord attached to the fitting, which you don't want to do. So I redid the test. I went with 5 minutes, and I just completed it, and there we are. There's the needle. So it just went slightly below 5 psi, but we're good. We are good. And so that's how you do the test. You don't want to be losing more than 1 psi. You know, if you're doing 5 minutes, so you set your timer for 5 minutes, it should not drop more than 1 psi within that 5 minutes. So pretty simple test. So this motor is good. Good job. Give the applause. And so now we can go and install it into the frame, and we can continue on the process of getting this running again. Well, today is the moment of truth that you've all been waiting for. Will this Banshee engine run and start? So I'm very confident that everything is good, but we shall see. That's what the video is for. Okay, so disclaimer, I'm not telling you or suggesting that you do anything that I'm doing here. Okay, I just want to put that out there. Everybody's situation is going to be different. Everybody's machine could be a little bit different altitude, different temperature. So okay, that's all. Disclaimer over. Okay, so what are we doing here? This is a first fire. put everything in here, assembled everything. I've got the shearer exhaust pipes on, small bore shearers on. And FYI, if any of you are thinking about running the shearers, or if you already have them, just keep in mind that the exhaust flange O-rings that go inside the pipe, the shearers they take a smaller O-ring than, I don't know, maybe every other pipe. I've only really ran into this issue with the shearer pipes. So what I had to do is I had to take an original O-ring that fits all the other pipes and take my Dremel with a sanding drum and shave the O-ring so I could get it to slide and fit onto the cylinder. So just kind of keep that, just a little bit of FYI. So I'm going to be breaking it in. I'm using a 24-to-1 break-in oil mixture, or ratio, 24-to-1 ratio. And I mixed 1 gallon of it. I'm going to run a gallon of it through, and then once that's done, then I'll bring it up to 32-to-1 and run that from here on out. So I just want to make sure that everything is well lubricated. Do you have to run more oil? You don't have to. You can just run your regular mix that you run if you want. It isn't going to hurt anything by just putting a lot of oil through the crankshaft, cylinder, pistons, the needle bearings, and all that stuff. So the only thing is, if you are going to do that, run more oil than you normally would, you're going to need to increase your jetting and run bigger jets. So I've got, I bumped my pilots up to 52, and I raised my needle 1 clip setting, so running the 4th clip. And I've got 155 mains, but I'm not going to be running this mix at wide open throttle. My plan is I'm just going to be doing some heat cycles, maybe 3 heat cycles. So I'll just let it idle, let it warm up, maybe blurp the throttle a little bit for about 3 sessions of that, and then I'll take it out and run it through the gears a little bit, and, bleep the throttle on off. I like to kind of run like the first tank through a new motor. I like to just kind of take it easy, and then after that first tank, just go like crazy. Running a Yamalube oil, and I've got my timing set at 3 degrees. I chose to I was running +4, but I want to just play, I want to be a little bit more on the safe side, so I'm just going to try 3 for the hell of it, see if there's much of a difference. But it has a lot to do with the octane, and the octane down here is 91 super, which is what I run. And so, if I was running 93, 92, I would be more comfortable with 4 degrees, which is what I was running before. But I'm just going to go ahead and give 3, be on the safe side. I've blown a few of these motors up to learn my lessons. And when you're gonna, my impression and my kind of thing is, if you're gonna run pump gas, which it's the most cost-effective fuel to run, that's the main reason I choose to run it. You gotta watch it a little bit with your timing and octane and your oil ratio and all these kind of things. Race gas, you've definitely got a safety margin in there for octane, so you're not gonna detonate anything. Which is why, race gas is great if you can afford to run it. But with the pricing on it right now, it's really expensive, to ride. I do a lot of riding, so it just doesn't make a lot of sense. So I run just pump fuel, Yamalube oils. I wouldn't mind I wouldn't mind maybe changing to a castor oil maybe down the road, but I've just had such good luck with Yamaha lube oil, and I've just really never had any problems. It's really good oil. So I think, but you got to run. Everybody's situation is going to be different, but I think 32 to 1, 34 to 1, that's a good place to be. 40 to 1, then again, there's a lot of things that come into play with, oil mix, jetting, a lot of it is, how you ride the machine. And then of course the load conditions, what kind of a load are you putting on the motor? If you're going to run in the sand dunes puts a lot of load on these engines. And so you want to, jet up for that, and take all of those factors into consideration. There just isn't one set it and forget it method with these machines. That's just taking it from all my years of playing with these, and the more I continue to learn. I'm not an expert, but I'm always trying to learn more and more, and I do learn more and more. Recently, I've been learning a lot more about oil ratios and jetting and reading spark plugs, and can you even read a spark plug doing a jetting. So this kind of new information I've come into is that you really can't jet a bike off of just reading the spark plug. You more or less jet for power and feel. So, and how do you get there? Well, the only way I see it is just through a lot of trial and error until you find the right jets that you're making the most power with, and then but that's getting into something else. Got off on a tangent there. Coolant check, gear oil, transmission oil check, and let's give this a whirl here and see how it goes. Just kind of priming it a little bit.